I'm obviously known as that dessert guy from MasterChef, but I gotta up my game.
What's this, your 5th time going on?
What's your name?
Reynold.
I've been on MasterChef 2 seasons previously.
What is the dish?
Down the rabbit hole.
There's the rabbit hole.
MasterChef has definitely changed my life, being able to really establish a family business out of that. There's Koi Dessert Bar, there's Monkey's Corner, which is my brother's concept, and then we also have Koi Experiential. I think I've really found my place in the industry.
You know how scared I am? I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
I didn't win MasterChef twice. 3rd time's a charm, I hope.
Oh.
It's Anna Polivu and Reynold Poernomo!
I think I'm going home now.
I'll get the Uber.
Seeing Reynold walk through those doors, this guy's a legend, he's a genius.
For the first challenge, what we want is to see the dish that defines you now. Your very own dessert masterpiece.
If you cook the top dish, you're in for a treat. Because whoever wins this challenge will win the one and only immunity pin of the season. If you find yourself in an elimination, you can play this pin to guarantee your safety in any cook, right up until the semi-final.
To win that pin, it'd be huge. If I happen to be in an elimination, I can just tap out. And hopefully, I guess not be booted out first. Yeah, really.
The caliber is quite different here tonight. We've got some of the best of the best. So to get that immunity pin is very important.
To win the title of Dessert Masters would mean so much. And I could also just be really proud of myself, like I finally did it. I've been so close, but I'm now in a room with some of the best pastry chefs in Australia. The caliber of this competition it's insane.
Tonight, I'm doing my masterpiece, pretty much to showcase what I do, my philosophy in cooking and the desserts that I love to make. You can look around here, I've got purple flavors.
I love to work with colors, so I've done green, I've done yellow, I've done white, and now I want to showcase purple. My vision is to create flavors and textures with fruits that are purple.
Hey, Reynold.
Hello, Mel.
I like that.
Already immediately struck at the hues going on your bench. What are you making?
So I'm making a dish called monochrome. So I'm just working with monochromatic flavors. This is cassis and black currants with some berry tea and some rosella. And I'm gonna make a gel out of this consomme.
Yep.
Mix it with a cassis mousse on the outside. And then we've also got blackberry sorbet.
Visually and taste dimension, it should be very interesting.
Thanks so much. Thanks, guys.
Ray, I can't wait to eat it. You know I'm only here so I can eat your food. Who cares about the trophy? Just feed me.
All right, baby.
Attends, wait, stop. Someone splashed me with a black currant. I'm known as one of the cleanest pastry chefs that exists. Yeah. This is not right. Yeah. Reynold, I think you have some explaining to do.
How come?
What is this?
Something for me?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, geez. Okay. I'll buy you one, chef.
I'm just messing with you.
For tonight, I'm making monochrome. This dish is a bowl that is made of a cassis mousse, blackberry, a compote inside. Sitting on top of that sphere will be a blackberry sorbet, and on the sides, a cassis meringue that's vibrant in purple.
Wow.
And then lastly on top, a blackberry sugar twill.
Be able to differentiate the layers, that's the tricky little fine balance.
When you work with ingredients of the same color, they can all kind of taste the same.
So I'm just adding a little bit of lemon myrtle oil, so that's the fragrance. And also got some long pepper. to go with the sorbet, so adds another depth of flavor.
It's gonna help me separate and segregate all the fruits that are purple.
Overall, what I want this dish is not to be too rich and heavy. It's meant to be a light, tart, and fragrant dish.
I want this dish to stand out. To win that pin, it is a huge advantage. If I happen to be in an elimination, I can just tap out if anything goes wrong. I join the two halves of my black cassis mousse together to make a sphere, and I dip it into my chocolate dip.
So I've got purple with a bit of white. I've got some silver luster. I'm gonna mix with some alcohol, marble that. And all there is still is just like garnishing and assembling.
Oh, Ray, that looks hot. So hot. Sexy.
Yeah, super violet. All I need to do now is just assemble this dish. That's the tricky part.
Woo!
My heart is racing. I really hope I've managed to separate all my purple flavors. I really hope this is good enough to win immunity.
This one is called monochrome. The bottom bowl there is made of a cassis mousse. Filled inside is a blackberry compote with a rosella. There's a blackberry sorbet with long pepper, a cassis meringue on the sides, and lastly on top you've got there's a blackberry sugar twill with lemon myrtle oil.
Reynold, this looks like absolute perfection.
It's very elegant. It's a beautiful plated dessert.
Shall we get cracking?
Let's do it. Ooh la la.
It almost seems like such a shame to destroy something so beautiful, huh?
It's sexy. I hope it tastes as good as it looks.
Likewise.
I think you're setting the bar pretty high. I love it. Every element was really crafted to perfection. The chocolate shell was very thin. Visually, we've said that it's pretty, but once you cut on the inside, you're also not disappointed to find the same type of color all blending together. It's a very well-made dessert.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is going to be hard to beat.
You are such a surgeon when it comes to that chic, sophisticated plated style of dessert. But even when you break in and it's all now, you know, a bit of a mess, it's still a beautiful mess. And I think these flavors in another person's hands could be quite unwieldy. But you've managed to kind of just coax everything together in a way that it's just in perfect harmony. So kicking off the competition with a dish like this, I'm deeply, deeply impressed, and I'm so happy you're cooking here.
Thank you, Mel. Thanks so much, guys.
Honestly, that's dope.
Oh my God, it's phenomenal.
You look amazing, Chef.
Thank you.
What an honor tonight has been. 10 delicious desserts, but only one immunity pin up for grab. At the end of the day, 3 dishes really stood out.
The first belonged to Andy. The next dish belonged to Kirsten. What you accomplished in just 3 hours in this kitchen was a triumph. Thank you. And Reynold. Reynold, your dish was a work of art. It put the master in masterpiece. And quite frankly, it was flawless. And that's why...
Oh my God. Really?
Congratulations, you've just won yourself the gift!
You're joking. Thanks so much. Wow. I've been so close so many times, so to have this finally,
Yeah.
third time's a charm, but that's crazy.
I'm genuinely shocked because of all the times I've been in this kitchen, I've not won a single immunity pin.
Perfect look.
And to finally get it, oh, feeling pretty good. Having this pin is literally just for insurance. I'm not gonna slow down. No. I've got plenty more up my sleeve.
Oh, wow.
What is that? What is going on? I see screens everywhere. There's a hamburger, there's a teapot, and there's a telephone.
I wonder if it can call too.
Okay, maybe. Long distance. Knowing that Chef Amaury is in the kitchen, I am nervous.
Now, at first glance, there is nothing unusual about those pictures. But look a little closer. You might find that everything is not always as it seems.
Look at that.
These are some of my creations. Everything you see is edible. For this particular challenge, it's very dear to me. My expectations are very high.
And with that, your time starts now.
I want to make 2 desserts and disguise it into one. You know, give it a bit of a twist.
Hey, Ray. What are you doing?
Making a pair of desserts.
Pair of desserts.
Yes.
Elaborate, please.
So it's a play on words. So the idea is to have a pear on a plate. That isn't really a pear. The pear doesn't taste like a pear. It looks like a pear, but these flavors are tiny with yuzu and some fennel and mint. The idea is to have that pear flavor below the pear, if that makes sense.
Does that make sense?
No, that's twisted.
Can't wait to see the complete picture.
Thanks, Mel.
Thank you, good luck.
Thank you.
Amaury and Mel, they're really confused with my dish, and that's the way I want it.
I don't get it.
Sometimes I don't get it too. Just hoping that this dish is a big surprise for the judges. I'm trying to create a dessert that is a big surprise for the judges. It's called a pair of desserts. At the moment, I'm working on the pear. So the flavors inside refreshing and herbaceous. Now, I've got my pear halves, I join them together and then shape it to make it pear, as realistic as possible. And then dip it in my green vanilla and matcha dip. It has to be really smooth, no imperfections. At this point, it's looking pretty good.
A very dirty pear.
Yeah, very organic.
And then next thing, I'll add a bit more texture and color. Get a bit of cocoa powder, make it a bit more of a dirty looking pear. That final touch of the chocolate stem. Got my pear in, ready to plate. And now I get on to making the second dessert, which is gonna be the actual plate.
Reynold, you okay over there, buddy?
Oh, so much to do.
The talent in this kitchen is immense. You know, I wish I could take a trip into Reynold's mind. You know, he's got this pear that's not a pear, that's got a chocolate dessert on another dessert. I don't understand what it is. I have no idea. I'm confused.
Almost there.
I'm creating a pair of desserts. I want it to look like it's singular dessert, but it's actually 2 desserts. The pear-shaped dessert is done. So now I'm working on the second dessert. The plates, the layers of pear components are hidden within the plate. So now spray it with black chocolate to color match the plate. And a little dusting of the silver luster to kind of really recreate that glittery look. I think it looks pretty cool. It's quite realistic. If the judges can't tell that it's edible, that's like one off the bucket list. I think my dish is quite realistic, and I hope it's a big surprise for the judges when they eat it.
Ay, ay, ay.
This is a pair of desserts.
A pair of desserts.
So it's a play on words, a pair of desserts. So basically 2 desserts, 1 dessert and the bottom dessert, and you eat it all together. It's meant to kind of pair with the pear.
I don't get it.
Sometimes when I'm explaining it, doesn't make sense too.
Okay.
I'm really excited to get into this. Wow. Nice.
And the pear flavors aren't in the pear, it's in the plate.
In the plate.
Yes, just crack right into it.
He's having us eat the plate.
Oh, yeah. Stunning.
This is fabulous.
Wow.
I love this.
You haven't even tasted it yet.
The sparkled, everything is so refined, it's pure. All right, let's dig in.
So the actual pear shape, that one there is a dolce and vanilla whipped ganache, and the center there is a caramelized honey with yuzu gel. Inside the plate, you've got a pear compote, a compressed pear, and the center cake with filled in chocolates.
It's so good.
Thank you.
The pear is very surprising. It's fresh, it's light, the chocolate is thin. And it pairs so well with the plate. Flavor and texture-wise, you're really spot on, just like the last dish you presented us. And the surprise element, it's wonderful. You got me from afar. At any restaurant, you are presented this for the last memory you will have of your experience. It's phenomenal. But if I can just say one thing, I think the chocolate makes it hard to get all the way to the bottom.
Yeah.
Reynolds, there is a lot of chocolate, which does take away from the lightness of the dish. However, I think you've really thought about flavour, texture, dimension, balance, and in that regard, I think it's very, very clever work.
We're so close to a perfect dish. Thank you, Reynold.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Reynolds.
Legend.
Every time you enter this kitchen, we want you to absolutely smash it out of the park. Especially today. Because your challenge is to bring us a dish that is designed to be just that. Smashed.
What? This was made for me.
You can still switch.
If you want to swap it out, I'm sure that you could find someone to do that.
Can I?
I don't know if you remember, but a while back I did a chocolate piñata that was holding a lot of goodies. The idea was to smash it, to reveal everything on the inside. I think it's interesting for us pastry chef to give an experience to our guests, whether it's a playfulness or a sense of show. And this is what Mel and I will be expecting today, for you to give us a show.
Show us your goodies.
You're good there, Reynold?
All good. All right, so I'm gonna be making a dish called For Snow White. So it's a little fairy tale reference. I'm gonna be making a Snow White sugar-blown apple. So I'm gonna coat it with chocolate inside and out and fill it inside with flavors of jasmine tea, feijoa, and apples. So crack it and reveal all the components inside.
I've done some sugar work over the years, just self-taught. It's a very delicate, sweet spot to get it right. The sugar has to be the right temperature, the right thickness, and it has to hold the right shape. It's all about the execution, and so there's no room for error.
I don't plan to use my pin today. I want to hold on to my pin for as long as I can.
I'm in this competition to kind of show my worth and really prove myself as one of the top pastry chefs in Australia. I just really want to be able to showcase what I can do. I want this dessert to look unique. I want to create a Snow White apple, a visual representation of a fairy tale. If I can get that sugar work perfect, nice, delicate, and thin, it's going to be out of this world. I'm shaping it, and slowly coming together.
Oh, I think this one's it. This is it.
It's nice and smooth, looking very transparent. And I gently heat it over the heat lamp to make that apple shape.
Oh, it's close.
So talented.
I want to hide components within the apple. It's to be fragrant, to be light and refreshing. So next thing I'll start working on is my gelato. I'm going to blend in some feijoa fruits, similar to guava. This gelato is going to be at the very bottom of the dish. When you crack everything open, you seal the little dry components, and all that gelato is going to do is just soak everything up. This dish is to be an experience for the judges. I'm actually really excited.
I think Reynold's okay.
Oh, yeah, it's just like grazing.
Yeah, I know.
Conceptually, this dish, I wanted to kind of represent the fairy tale, the Snow White.
So the idea is to have cocoa butter to really kind of protect the sugar. It's like a really thin coating. It's like almost like a praline crunch, inside and out. And what I like about this is that you don't see what's inside. So that's the whole part of the discovery as well. So I can fill in with some wet ingredients like ice cream, fresh apples, compressed apples, without it actually affecting and melting through the sugar.
Do you know that you're not the only apple with sugar dome here?
I heard Morgan's doing one, right?
Does this scare you at all?
Nah. No.
Holy crap.
So last couple of minutes, and plating up is absolutely crucial. And presenting an apple, it's gonna taste like apple. So I'm filling in the cinnamon crumble, the apples, the apple caramel. I also want some fragrance. So I add some herbs and flowers. I'm working with a fairy tale, it's Snow White princess, you want it to smell good. And of course, it's meant to be a refreshing and light dish. I start adding in the jasmine jelly, and then finally the piping of the feijoa gelato.
Ray, you make it seem so easy what you're doing.
Success comes down to the minute little details. It's more than just the concept. It's about how well it eats, the balance of the dish. It's the full, complete package that the judge is looking for. And hopefully tonight I've done that.
Wow, look at that.
Very magical, huh?
It certainly is. It feels like it should be in a movie.
This is inspired by the fairy tale Snow White. So the dish is called For Snow White.
Let's smash it.
Oh, you cracked it really nice.
Oh, it's really pretty. It's like a little window into a world.
Yeah, it's a show.
So inside we've got cinnamon crumble with mixed apple and feijoa. There's compressed apples, apple caramel, and a feijoa gelato. Thank you.
Thank you. You can smell this incredible aroma of so many different herbs. It really does invite you on an extra sensory level to dig in.
là là.
I think he just made you 5% more French. Oh la la.
Oh là là.
Oh la la.
Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. That's a very good dessert. It's very refreshing. It's not overly sweet.
The feijoa and the tartness of the apple really reinforce one another and give you that sort of acidic freshness.
It's a very good combo.
And then you have that comforting apple crumble aroma of the cinnamon and the white chocolate to give it richness and depth. It's a multi-textured, multi-layered wonder.
Look at the sugar work. This is coated both sides with chocolate.
Wow, it's so thin. I know Reynold has been focusing on savoury for a little while now, but this is why he should never leave the pastry kitchen, a dessert like this.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't go back to the dark side. Reynold impressed me so much so far.
Yeah.
He's a very impressive chef.
Good evening, everybody. Things are looking a little bit different in here, but immunity is still yours for the taking.
Tonight, we're going to have a little fun.
Fun for you or fun for us?
Both, actually. This challenge is one I've been looking forward to. It's a classic with a sweet twist. This is the team relay.
Great. Okay. Amazing.
I feel actually a lot of pressure right now because letting my team down in the kitchen is my worst nightmare. Because I feel like I failed for the team. Come on. So I really got to set them up properly from the beginning to get to the end result. Look, I'm just going to get the base stuff done. My job as the first cook is to cut the building blocks. I'm going to build the foundation. I'm going to make a passion fruit curd and a passion fruit maple caramel to break down the sweetness of the maple. And I'm hoping that Andy's next, because I know Andy can make good cakes. So I'm going to get Andy to make a maple cake and the ice cream. And then it's up to Reynold to put it all together and plate it up beautifully.
So you're really thinking about the strategy in terms of the way you're constructing this dish. You've thought about the overarching dish and what each of the members of your team are going to be doing.
And running a kitchen, especially at a five-star hotel, you use people's weaknesses and strengths.
So this is a superpower of yours. This is a strength for you in this challenge.
Oh, it is, it is.
It's interesting to see the difference of speed between both benches. She's very composed.
Right. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that how you thought it would go?
No.
All right, get out there. Come on. Hustle, hustle,
All right,
hustle.
Andy. All right, over here. I've got a milk chocolate creamer, a passion fruit curd, a passion fruit caramel, and maple syrup. It's a key ingredient. Obviously, that's your jam. So I've got all your ingredients you might need over here. Thinking about maple syrup cake that you do, which is awesome.
Maple syrup is the secret ingredient?
Yep.
It's on. Jesus.
Andy's struggling there, isn't he? I'm sitting in the locker room and Andy is not impressed about something.
Well, I'll tell you what, Anna didn't set up my section properly. There's no spoons here, Chef.
She didn't leave you what?
Any spoons? She's gonna be in big trouble later. It's okay.
There you go. What else I can get for you?
If you could just duck off to the pantry and maybe grab me some cherry puree.
Of course, yeah, I want my...
Oh my God, I didn't give him the spoons. I've given him everything, but I forgot the tasting spoons.
I'm pretty happy with where Anna's going with this. So Anna's left me a passion fruit caramel and a passion fruit curd, which I'm more than happy with because maple kind of lends itself to kind of an acidic note. It helps break through the sweetness. I figure that the dish needs a cake element, and just so happens that currently at my shop I'm serving a maple cake, so the recipe was fresh in the back of my head. It's nice and moist. I'm gonna make a maple cake. So my maple syrup cake is full of maple flavour, vanilla flavour. Add a little dash of bourbon in there as well to kind of give it like, you know, that kind of adult feel. Kind of tastes like a pancake, to be honest, like a pancake covered in maple syrup. The girls back at the shop call it the pancake cake.
I'm liking what Andy's doing.
Yeah, it looks good. So far I've got a maple cake in the oven for him. I'm gonna make a
maple ice cream, and I'm gonna bash out as many elements as I can that I think will work. And trust that he can come in here to bring it home. If we lose, it's his fault.
Last time I did it, I was last. I just literally walked on, made a couple of things, like finished cooking, plated. This is my third relay, and my previous two have been hit and miss.
More importantly from you, Reynold, you took the lead at the end. You've taken this to a really good dish. Well done.
Thank you.
We've got the panna cotta. It's not set.
Despite team relays being a chaotic challenge, I kind of feel pretty good about this because we're all accomplished chefs. And Anna and Andy are strong cooks, so I'm pretty sure that they'll have everything ready for me to just plate up.
Hello. Are you ready?
No.
No?
Let's go.
Okay.
Hustle, hustle. Get out there. Come on.
Are we in?
Come on, team.
All right,
Go, go, go.
guys, get ready. Give your information 30 seconds.
Maple cake, brown sugar pecans with a bit of bourbon through them.
I see some custard, some caramel, I see some creams.
And what's this?
There's maple custard.
Your ingredient?
Maple.
I'm the last to cook, so it's really important to taste everything, make it look pretty, and bring it all home for the green team.
Kaylin, Andy,
You got some
Jess.
just chocolate crumb here.
Time's up.
That's a lot of
Hey.
That's a lot.
Go, go, go. Andy. Out.
Sorry, I was just clearing
Put
out
it
my
down.
mess.
Far out. Okay. Gross. Where are the spoons?
He's just setting himself up.
Okay.
He'll be fine. What's he doing?
Okay.
So after tasting everything, that's good. And I can already count how many components there are. There's about 6 components already. I've got the maple cake. It's nice and warm right in the oven. It's delicious. The maple gelato is nice and smooth and not too sweet.
Oh, yeah.
He's making me really nervous.
And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, well, passion fruit cake, absorb it, nice and acidic, not too rich, not too heavy. This is really, actually really tasty.
He's just off with the fairies.
Can I go back out there and...
Got the crunch from the caramelized brown sugar pecans, and then the cold maple gelato.
I hope he hasn't forgotten about my crumb.
And I'm just thinking, what do I need to make this dish a little bit more wow?
It's all up to me now. But I'm gonna turn that custard into a diplomat cream. I'm gonna blend in some white chocolates to be a bit more velvety.
He's forgotten.
You reckon?
Yeah, 100%.
You can smell it.
I'm watching Reynold. He's forgotten to take my chocolate crumb out of the oven.
Does that smell like something burning in your oven, Reynold?
I mean, I've burnt that crumb before myself, and before it burns, you can definitely smell it. So I'm kind of wondering if Reynolds' kind of nose is turned on.
Oh, you're so close to the oven!
He's ducking down next to the oven, 10 centimeters away from the oven. I was like thinking to myself, how can he not smell that?
Oven.
Oh, no.
Hey, Reynold,
Hey, guys.
what's your contribution to the dessert?
My contribution is putting it all together and figuring out what all the textures are.
Reynold crumble!
I'm just tasting everything as I go.
Okay.
Making sure it's not too sweet, making sure the flavors work. Everything seems to be here.
Crumb, Reynold.
Too easy. I'll leave you to it.
Chocolate crumb, Reynold.
Oh, here we go. What have we got here?
Oh, they're gonna kill me.
Reynold finally realised that the chocolate crumb was in the oven, and it looked a little black around the edges. I think if he wants to go with it, he can still use some stuff in the middle, I hope.
I thought the crumb would add a nice bitter note, It would definitely be bitter if he decided to use the crumb.
Let me just dig in through this crumble. That is murdered. I'm so sorry, guys. Just like taste this part.
I'm tasting the crumble, and it's completely scorched. And that's something that I can't use, so I've got to just keep moving on and count the components and whatever I have left to work with. It's time to plate the dessert. So I put the cake in the center of the plate. I pipe in a little bit of passion fruit textures inside. Then I get a little bit of pecan crumble on top. As I'm plating, I'm piping little dollops of crema, putting little more dots of passion fruit curd, putting the gelato on top. It's looking quite pretty. I can kind of imagine in my head the textures, the taste. There's a little bit of crunch in there, a little bit of acid, a bit of creamy, and then you have that little nice, dense, cold maple gelato. But I feel like it's still not a complete dish.
Do I have time? Do I have time? Yes, I do.
1 minute, guys, get it done. Go, go, go.
I'm gonna pipe the maple diplomat into liquid nitrogen and make it look like this little cool squiggly bits. It's like a frozen diplomat cream with a very abstract, squiggly, and little dusting. I think this dish looks like a proper dish that you get in a restaurant. I'm really hoping that it's enough for my whole team to be safe from elimination.
This is it. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hands up, everyone.
Okay.
Ooh. What do we have here?
Textures of maple and passion fruit with pecan and bourbon. So we've got a maple cake with a passion fruit curd, maple gelato, and also got a maple diplomat cream.
Let's dig in.
Nice looking ice cream.
Well, what does that mean? Chef, what does that mean? My heart has never pounded so much in this kitchen. Oh.
It's all you.
Go, AC.
Textures of maple and passion fruit with pecan and bourbon. So we've got a maple cake with a passion fruit curd, maple gelato, and also got a maple diplomat cream.
It's all you.
Go, AC.
Yeah.
As a professional, knowing the intricacy of the task, it's unbelievable. I think the idea of passion fruit was a very clever use to balance the sweetness of maple, and the way you featured the maple syrup was the most clever way you could have done it. Using it in a cold element to remove the sweetness, using it in the sponge to add moistness. And I cannot believe it's 3 different persons that work on this dish.
It's really unified, it's really cohesive. It's all the textures you want. You have the cake, you have the ice cream, you have a crunch element to it. I loved that bourbon, maple, generous flavoured experience, but also the refinement that you bring to plating, and also just curation of flavours as well. This dessert is demonstrative of each of your skills separately, but also now wonderfully together in one bowl.
Thank you so much, great team.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony.
Oh, group hug, group hug.
So this is my chocolate koala. This took 18 hours. It's made 100% in chocolate. For me, working with chocolate is magical. It's something that brings me a lot of joy. With the right techniques, anything is possible. From bonbons, mousses, tarts, any element of the pastry, all the way to chocolate showpiece. And that will be your challenge tonight.
You'll have 2.5 hours to bring us a dessert that celebrates chocolate in all its glory. In the words of Wonka, we want you to tap into your pure imagination and create a scrum-diddly-umptious dish.
I'm quite nervous because this is a dish that I have not made before. This is a new concept for me. So I'm really working on the fly with this one. This cook, it's completely different to the other cooks that I've done, where I know exactly how I want it to look and taste. And turning my concept and idea in, like I guess, I'll do it again. Basically, I'm stressing out because I really don't have a clear vision. The judges are gonna be my guinea pigs.
Reynolds,
Hey.
how's it
Hey, Reynold.
going?
Not too bad, got a lot to do.
Inquiring minds would like to know what you are doing
Yes.
for this challenge.
Celebration of chocolate, everything chocolate, so all the different kinds of chocolate.
Roger that.
So, only chocolate?
Sort of. It's more about the bean itself. So it's 10 of the bean.
So 10 elements.
Yeah.
Great.
What's the vision? What does it look like?
I'm on the fly, pretty much, creating this dish. In terms of flavor, will it taste all right? Will it be too heavy or too sweet? And how am I gonna structure this? How's this gonna look? I'll figure it out on the way.
Really?
Yep. Okay, chocolate cake is done. Chocolate sorbet is done. I've got roasted milk chocolate ganache. This is
Time is going really fast. I'm working really quick, but I can't even keep count, like, what have I got done? Okay, gel's done, that's done, cake's done, mousse is done. I gotta make the mix of the chocolate shell. I gotta do the decorations, I gotta do the twirl, it's just too much to count. This is not how I would normally work.
Chocolate work has begun,
Yeah, I actually have no idea what I want to shape this as, though. So
but you're spreading.
Just spreading, just see whatever comes to mind.
You still don't have a visual of your dessert?
Not really. But we'll see, we'll see.
And I don't know how I'm gonna shape my dish, how I'm gonna plate it, and the way it's supposed to be structured.
I'm just going free flow on this.
There's 10 different components, 10 different textures, and 10 different flavors of chocolates, of the bean. So I gotta be mindful of the balance. To have bad chocolate dessert is it's too rich and it's too sweet. So I'm really thinking, is this gonna all work together and cohesively? I really need to focus and figure out what this dessert is gonna be. So I've managed to get everything together. I have my golden cubes. And since this dish is all about the whole chocolate bean, the 10th part of the dish is the essence, the smell. So it's a full experience.
You smell the chocolate, you see the chocolate, you eat the chocolate. So I've got everything done, and I just need to assemble it. And assembling is the hardest part.
5 minutes to go!
I gotta get cracking on plating up. But I don't even have enough time to design it in my head. This is not like me at all. But immunity's on the line, and I would love to get it tonight. I'm known for plated desserts that are conceptual, but my brain is just completely fried because I don't know the way I want to shape it. So right now, I just need to get everything onto the plate as fast as possible. I have my golden cube, some chocolate crumble. I've got my pliable chocolate ganache. a rocher of my chocolate sorbet, a crisp of the caramel chocolates, and lastly, essence of chocolate. It's starting to really grow on me, so I don't know. Who knows?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
done!
This is definitely my most ambitious cook so far.
Oh, this is hot.
I've made a chocolate dessert with 10 different components on the fly. But Amerigo, the king of chocolates, it has to be perfect.
It smells amazing.
What's the name of your dish, Reynold?
10 of the bean.
So, Reynolds, this is the first time you've configured these particular flavors and textures in the one dish. Is that right?
That's right. I'm not a big fan of chocolate. I like white chocolate.
Your favorite chocolate is white chocolate?
Yeah.
Okay.
But seriously, I like the presentation, the double plated, like the transparency and seeing the cocoa bit is very cool.
I think it has a wild wabi-sabi Japanese vibe to it.
Should we try?
The Arabica, which is fermented cacao juice that's inside the cube. And then we have a caramelized muscovado chocolate, crema, a chocolate cake inside of that, exterior of a chocolate shell, a flexible chocolate ganache with a roasted milk chocolate ganache as well, two kind of crisp dark chocolate sorbet, and a chocolate crumble.
Reynold, let's start even from the conception. Going into this challenge, we said, please pay tribute to chocolate and to go back to the origin, and you are giving us everything that chocolate is. What I love about the dish, I like the twill. I very much like the chocolate sorbet. I think this has a beautiful texture that stays long in the mouth. I very much like the acidity coming from the pulp. It's something that not a lot of people assimilate chocolate to this, even though it's really part of the cocoa bean. I love the experience you're giving us with the olfactive elements. All the elements are made to perfection, but for me, it's the first time I don't see a cohesive dish from you. It seems to me that you are a planner, and it's the first time that you lean into a challenge, maybe not with a clear vision, and it shows.
Reynold, I think this will eventually become a masterpiece. Is it there yet? Not quite, but I am privileged to have experienced it now, and I know when I'll eat it in your restaurant, it will be an entirely different thing. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Reynold.
so much, Reynold.
Thank you.